If you don't win a show, you feel like you're not good enough. Couldn't bring myself to do that. I felt too embarrassed actually to even take my hoodie off. Like I didn't want anyone to see my physique. Not what you have to do to be a good bodybuilder. No, that's insane. What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I can report this weekend I got my ass kicked. My name is Rory Gissing, a men's physique IFBB pro, and I just competed at the Toronto Pro last weekend. I've been doing a mini-series on what I do to get prepared for a show leading up to the Toronto Pro, just to show you guys exactly what goes on in a competition prep at the IFBB pro level. Like I said at the start of the video, I got my ass kicked, which is a pretty tough pill to swallow. I really wanted to do a video analysis on why I came where I came, because it's not that the judges got it wrong. I was going to show you why I was getting beat by all the other guys, because when you look at it and you break it all down, I see what they have that I don't. But unfortunately, the content isn't out just yet. I'm still waiting for them to send it to me, but I wanted to make a video today anyway, just as my thoughts are gathered and I can go over a few of the emotions that I want to share with you. So make sure you are subscribed if you don't want to miss out on my video breakdown of my own physique. So today's topic is actually going to talk about the mental struggles of competitive bodybuilding. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty low at the moment. I've dedicated 6 months of my life to try to get into the top placings in this show, and it just didn't happen. So it's not that I feel like I've wasted 6 months, but it is very deflating putting so much effort into it for it to not actually pay off. And the sad reality of professional bodybuilding, if you don't win a show, you feel like you're not good enough. If you don't win a show or even get sort of top placings, you don't get paid. So I did spend a hell of a lot of money as well. Sunk a load of money into the traveling, hotels, the food, the super sups, the supplements. Well, the supplements I was actually sponsored. Again, not anymore. I've actually given up my sponsorship with EHP Labs, so that's not a thing anymore. That was just going in the wrong direction for me. In other words, I was their only male professional bodybuilder, and even though it's men's physique and not like open class bodybuilding, I thought I was going to be the gap to get more of the market, sort of not in the competitive world, but the more serious gym goers. But it's not. EHP Labs for me is very much female orientated and health orientated, and that their supplements kind of reflect that. You know, they push really hard fat burners, greens, and collagen. I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about that, but it's just facts. Anyway, my journey with EHP Labs is over. It's not what this video is about, but let me explain why it actually does impact me going forwards and why it ties into bodybuilding. As a professional bodybuilder, the only way you make money is if you get the top placing. So if you're out of the top placing, you don't get paid anything. And of course, I sunk a load of money into the travels, into, you know, hotels, food, super sups, and the sups. Of course, if you place in the shows, you can make the money back, but sponsorships is the main source of income for pro bodybuilders. So the fact that I'm no longer sponsored by the nutrition company, it does have a bit of an impact with, you know, just the emotions of, well, I just sunk a load of money into this and I didn't make any of it back. But that is the reality of pro bodybuilding. Only the top will make any money out of it. That's not why I'm in it. I do it because I love doing it. So if you think you're going to make money being a competitive bodybuilder, think again. You should only get into competitive bodybuilding if you absolutely love the sport and if you're happy to pay thousands and thousands of pounds, dollars, euros, whatever the currency, per year to compete, because that is how much it actually costs. But the biggest reason why I'm actually feeling pretty rough this week is, I guess, because a lot of people have told me, not a lot of people, but some people have mentioned, and these are people I hold with very high respect and I appreciate their input. Judges, coaches have told me, even my partner, my physique has gone backwards this year, which is very painful to hear, you know, with the amount of effort that I've put into the training, the dieting. Just in the dieting side of things, I had one cheat meal between Christmas and my first show in Hungary. Then I had a cheat meal in Hungary after the show, and then again, you know, after the Toronto show. So I had one cheat meal really since Christmas, and you know, it's January now, so fucking January. it's June now is what I meant to say. So between January to June, uh, one cheat meal. So, I sacrificed quite a bit for that. And people may say, yeah, you're a professional bodybuilder. That's what you're supposed to do. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. Maybe in the last, 10 weeks, you probably shouldn't have a cheat meal, sometimes even 6. Some people can get away with it fucking 4 weeks out. But 6 months or 5 months, because I guess we're at the start of June, so it's still 5 months, but still 5 months with one cheat meal is not what you have to do to be a good bodybuilder. No, that's insane. But I can only blame myself for choosing the coach I chose. It is, at the end of the day, it was the wrong decision, in my opinion. I wanted to be the golden boy. I wanted to be, the best within his coaching realm, and I wanted all the attention to be on me. But at the same time, he was coaching one pro amongst his amateur team, and of course, I was the pro, which is why I was supposed to be getting the most attention. But that didn't happen, and not only that, it was, I went with an amateur coach. I chose to go with an amateur coach because I knew him for quite some time over a pro coach, and there's a very big difference between being coached by an amateur versus getting coached by one of the pros. There's nothing really more to say about that, but it is quite upsetting that my physique has gone backwards. That's a hell of a knock. So as this video is about, my emotions and my current mental state, I thought it's worth mentioning that today I went back to the gym for the first time after the show. The show was on a Sunday. Today is a Wednesday. No, today's a Thursday. To be fair, I was traveling all day yesterday. I could have gone back to the gym yesterday, but lack of sleep, dehydrated from the plane, and I had a load of water retention from the plane as well, and things like that. I was not in the mood to train. So I went to bed. I slept for 12 hours. And I don't feel exactly like refreshed. I'm definitely caught up on sleep, but it'll take a few weeks to actually feel normal again after a show, just because your body's just so broken. But when I went to the gym today, I had no confidence, even though I'm an IFBB pro. I was very, very confident with my physique going into the show. Now I've got my ass kicked, and now I've realized that my physique has actually gone backwards. I couldn't take my hoodie off in the gym. I normally train in tanks, all year round, tank tops and shorts. I like displaying my physique. I like looking at it. I like to see what I'm training, what the pumps are looking like, vascularity and all sorts of things, striations. I like watching all of that in the mirror, not from a weird sort of narcissistic way, but more of a just a developmental way, like checking my physique, making sure it's changing week to week. And you do that by assessing yourself. So I just like assessing myself constantly. But today, I couldn't bring myself to do that. I felt too embarrassed actually to even take my hoodie off. Like I didn't want anyone to see my physique, because all of a sudden I'm no longer this decent pro. I'm now just one of these shittier pros, which I kind of felt like an amateur. I'm not going to lie, on the stage. So my mentality has shifted. Fuck. Well, we're just gonna continue without the blue light, because I am not in the mood to change that. I was saying now my mentality has shifted from this super confident, I am an IFBB pro. I'm trying to prove that I'm one of the best in the world as well. I had the confidence that I was. And now, obviously, I'm definitely not. I'm nowhere near close. It's going to take me, I don't know if it'll take 1 year, 2 years. I don't know what it's going to take to get back not to feeling that I'm the best. I'm sure this is only going to last a week, and my confidence will be back. But it's more, I don't know if it'll take 1 year or 2 years to actually be good enough to actually be one of the best now. So that's sort of where that I've taken a bit of a hit, and it's very hard to explain. It's an odd one, because you're already a pro, you're already a top 1%, but at the same time, that's my goal is to be on the Olympia stage, to really prove I am one of the best in the world, and I was shaken quite a bit once the realization of how far away I am just from being there. So that's a bit shit, you know. It hurts. It really does suck, knowing that I'm much further away than I originally thought. But guys, I just want to say, please do not worry about me. These are post-show blues. It happens quite often. It happens with a lot of athletes. Even winning a show, you can get post-show blues because you get to this massive crescendo of something you've been working towards for so long, and then all of a sudden you don't have a direction anymore. So it's definitely tying into that. I mean, I have direction. I need to just come back way better. So I still have my direction at least, you know, and I know what I need to improve upon. So that's pretty good. It's when you go to a show and you've absolutely crushed it, you've done your absolute best, you've been your best, and it's not good enough. That can be harder to take than turning up. I thought I was I thought I was going to be at my best. I really did, and on the day I did feel like I was my best, but only afterwards, and assessing it and analyzing it, I realized that, oh no, I was actually better back in 2021 for the Arnolds. So at least I have that to work towards. You know, I wasn't at my best, and I can come back better. So I did tick off the one goal, which was be better than the Hungary show, which I was significantly better than the Hungary show. And that's partly to do with I actually took my own coaching on board and listened to my own body, and had a friend help me actually just sort of reassess what I actually need to do to get back to competition lean, because I wasn't competition lean for Hungary. So I had to, you know, I took that on board myself and did all of that myself. And just doing that, I massively improved just by listening to my own body. But so I did tick that goal off this season. I did come back better, but it wasn't good enough. Like, it was not good enough to be one of the best. So I've rambled enough for this video. I have no idea if I'm going to post this or not, because it's literally me just rambling about my emotions on a camera. Bumstead seems to have a pretty good hit whenever he does that, so I guess it's worth posting just to see if you guys like, you know, watching this and understand the emotional aspects of bodybuilding as well. But of course, the difference between myself and Bumstead is he is a champion and I'm not quite a champion yet. So yet being the key word. So don't get me wrong, like I said, don't worry about me. It is just a painful pill to swallow. Like I said earlier, it's just hard to know that I'm quite far away, because it's been very tough, this prep. And one of the big reasons for it being that tough is I massively over dieted, which is why my suffering was pretty severe. So I think that's tied into it as well. I suffered so much this prep, more than any other prep, and it made my physique look worse. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you are subscribed, because my next video is going to be my video, my breakdown analysis, my video analysis of my show. And I've also got surgery coming up, so I'm going to talk more about that in the following video. So guys, wish me luck for that. I don't know how long it'll take for me to actually make the video, so I don't know if I'm going to have surgery before or after the video is released, if I get to talk about it or not. But I will see you guys on the other side, and thank you for watching.